Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're going to focus on a flow of poses, a vinyasa, that allow us to focus on our breath. Vinyasa does mean moving with the breath. And sometimes when we concentrate, whether we're on our yoga mat or doing something else, or for those of you who ride, if you're riding your horse, sometimes we concentrate so much on what we're doing, we forget to breathe. So we're going to focus on that today in this short video. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So that can be cross-legged for you. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can sit with your legs extended out if you'd like, or even sit in a chair for the beginning part. But I have a little cushion blanket to sit up on to help give my hips a little height to bring my spine into a more neutral position. So find a nice length in your spine. Let your hands rest somewhere comfortably on the thighs. This first part you can do with the eyes closed or the gaze just softly down, whatever feels comfortable. But we're going to start by bringing our focus and awareness to how we are breathing. So just start by, again, softening the gaze or closing the eyes. And just begin to notice the natural rhythm and flow of your breath right now. Breathing in and out of the nose, we want to focus on nasal breathing during our yoga practice. So just notice each inhale and each exhale. Noticing the quality of your breath. Notice where you feel the breath moving in the body. Does it feel like it's just moving into the upper chest, or does it feel like it's dropping a little lower into the lungs right now? Just notice. And then begin to consciously deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. So as you take your next breath in through the nose, think of letting the breath drop all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. And as you exhale, draw the belly towards the spine to help gauge the abdominal muscles, and the diaphragm, the muscle of respiration, to help your breath release. So just start by consciously deepening the breath. And then begin to let that deeper breath expand a little more by filling your lungs from the bottom to the top as you inhale. And then thinking of the breath releasing from the top of the lungs to the bottom as you exhale. Imagine the lungs are a container or a balloon or whatever visual helps you, but think of filling that container, the lungs, from the bottom to the top as you inhale, and then emptying the lungs from the top to the bottom as you exhale. And so keep that going. Just find that steady flow and rhythm, breathing in and out of the nose. And then very gently, if the eyes are closed, let the eyes open. And we're going to take that idea of that same breath practice and add some movement to it. So bring your fingertips out onto the mat beside you. As you inhale, again, thinking full inhale, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. As you inhale, turn the palms up, float the arms all the way up and overhead. As the fingertips extend up, feel that breath move all the way into the upper chest. And then as you exhale, turn the palms down, let the breath release from the upper chest and then the ribs and then the bottom of the lungs. So once again, as you inhale, turn the palms up, filling the lungs from the bottom all the way through the ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. And then as you exhale, releasing the breath from the collarbones, the ribs, the bottom of the lungs. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling. Full, complete inhale and exhale. Now this time, inhale again, float the arms all the way up and overhead. And then as you exhale, take a gentle twist to your right. Let the left hand come in front, right hand come behind you. We're going to keep moving here. So inhale, float the arms all the way back and up and overhead as you untwist. And then exhale, twisting to your left, letting the breath again release from the lungs. And then inhale again, float the arms all the way up and overhead as the lungs fill. And then once again, exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead, filling the lungs, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, twisting once again to the left as the lungs empty. So this time, inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. And as we twist to twist to the right. This time we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So find a comfortable position. Maybe if your fingertips don't come comfortably down to the mat, let the hand rest on that right thigh. But now we're going to stay in this pose, but still keep that steady flow, that full breathing, full inhales and exhales. Every time you inhale, think of the spine lengthening. As you exhale, maybe you release a tiny bit more into the twist. Inhale. Don't try to force it, just natural and gentle. And then once again, as you inhale, lengthen the spine, untwist, float the arms all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, twist to the left, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Inhale. And exhale, and notice now, still thinking of filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, notice how it may feel a little different now with your body in the shape, the shape of the twist. Inhale and exhale. And then once again, inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead, untwist, bring the palms together, exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pause here for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to take this same idea. Let's come down to the mat. So just move whatever you were seated on out of the way. If you were in your chair, go ahead and come down to the mat. Come to table pose, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Find neutral position for your spine. Nice length through the crown of the head. And then exhale, round the spine to a cat pose. Draw the belly in and up. Let the head release down. And then inhale, sending your sit bones back, lengthening the front of the body, taking the gaze forward and up as the belly drops down towards the mat. So again, moving with the breath. Exhale into this nice flexion through the spine. And then inhale, sending the sit bones back. Feel that nice extension. So still think of moving as you're moving with the breath, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top as you inhale. And releasing the breath from the top of the lungs to the bottom as you exhale. Good. Once more, inhaling. And exhale. After this exhale, come back to neutral, back to your table pose. And now we're going to bring the hands out in front of the shoulders, press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles, curl your toes under, lift your knees up off the mat. As you exhale, send your sit bones up and back. We're going to come to a bent knee, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. So still think of filling the lungs from the bottom to the top as you inhale. Releasing the breath from the top of the lungs to the bottom as you exhale. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. Keep pressing into the fingertips, base of the knuckles, and exhale. And again, as you inhale, think of lengthening the spine. As you exhale, release your knees down to the mat. Curl the toes under, fold back to child pose with this exhale, and then inhale, come up to table pose, and then exhale, curl your toes under, sit bones up and back, come back to that bent knee, downward facing dog. So we're going to keep moving here. So inhale, come back down to your table pose, knees down and curl the toes. Exhale, fold back to child pose, hips towards the heels, forehead towards the mat. Inhale, come up to table pose, and then exhale, curl those toes under, sit bones up and back. Once again, downward facing dog. We'll do that sequence one more time. Inhale, back to your table pose. Exhale, curl the toes under, uncurl the toes, fold back to your child pose. And then this time, inhale again to table pose. We're going to stay again in this downward facing dog. This time you can keep the knees bent, or you can pedal through the feet a little bit. But think of nice and slow. Think of maybe pressing down through one heel as you inhale, and then switching to the other side as you exhale. So resist the temptation to make it really, really quick here. Inhale and exhale, just nice, slow, and gentle movement. And then either coming back with the knees bent or the legs straight, we're going to inhale. We're going to do a little flow in and out of a lunge here. So inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, look forward, step the hand up beside the foot, lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toes or foot up beside the hand. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Make sure your knee is right over top of your ankle. Exhale, fold all the way down. Float the arms underneath that thigh. And then inhale, press into the feet. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Inhale, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and step the foot up beside the hand. Lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, let the hands float below the thigh. And then inhale again, all the way back up. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Inhale, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Let's do that flow one more time each side. So inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knees, step the right foot up beside the right hand, lower the left knee down and curl the toes. Inhale, arms float all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, let the hands float below the thigh. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Inhale, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend that knee, step it up beside the left hand, lower the back knee down and curl the toes. Press into the feet. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding forward, hands float below the thigh. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Curl the back toes under. As you inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, step that left leg back beside the right. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then release both knees down to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Let the forehead release down towards the mat. Maybe stack up your hands or make fists with the hands if you need a little support. If your forehead comes all the way down to the mat comfortably, stay here for a few breaths. Still think of full breaths into the lungs. Now we're filling the back of the body from the lower back all the way up to the shoulders. And then exhaling the breath, the shoulders, the ribs, the lower back. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. And then as you take your next inhale, press into the hands, come up to your table pose, and then just come to a comfortable seated position. And once you find that comfortable seat, let the hands again rest on the thighs. Maybe close the eyes. Notice how you feel. Connect again with your breath. Full inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. And then as you're ready, gently let the eyes open. So thank you so much for selecting this video today. So this practice of focusing on our breath, breathing in and out of the nose, and moving with the breath, of course, is the main focus of our yoga practice, is that conscious, steady breath. So when you start to do that consistently on your mat, then you can take that same work with the breath into the rest of your day. You know, when you're riding, when you're doing any other type of exercise, or just, you know, in your, you know, driving your car, you notice, you know, make sure you're breathing through your nose, so important, and that you have that steady flow, because we have a tendency to kind of get a little tight and shallow with the chest up, the breath up into the upper chest, which is not good for our bodies. So this focus of yoga breathing is so, so important. So thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel, and check out information about Grey Horse Yoga in the information section below.